Airbnb is sitting on a hill. This is the hill. Lexi's excited.
Is it the whole hill?
No, it's actually not very far.
Oh, nope.
It's such a steep hill. I'm sure the views are going to be beautiful.
They freaking better
But
be.
in the meantime, I'm dying. I don't know why I'm opening this door. I can't open any of the doors.
Bright and early in the morning, this is our first day in Brasov. We're going to start off with some much needed coffee for a couple individuals. And then we're going to go to our walking tour, see what kind of beautiful things we can do or see.
I have the nectar. The coffee levels are rising. Aaron wanted us to leave the house before having coffee this morning, so I needed this. Hi, so we just grabbed some coffee this morning at 5 to go while we are waiting for our walking tour that we're doing this morning. We've talked about it before, but walking tours are really just a good way to get acquainted with the city. But we don't have any specific big plans here in Brasov outside of going to see Brad's castle, which is going to be tomorrow. But we really just want to kind of wander the city, get some highlights. It seems very quaint and a little bit more bustling than Cebu.
Let's see what kind of mischief we can get into.
Let's see what kind of mischief we can get into. That Aaron wants to get into. We're currently just learning a little bit of history about the area, but I'll insert it later when we see it again.
He has many names. The main name of Vlad Tepes, that's the Romanian province.
We were just walking down Rope Alley. This Rope Alley was actually initially made back in the day for firefighters because the houses were built so close together they'd have to go all the way around the building if there was a fire, but this was a little alleyway to get to it quicker. It used to be not vandalized for approximately 2 days is what our tour guide says, but here we are. This used to be called Katerina's Gate, and it used to be the only gate where the Romanians could pass into the more medieval town of Brasov to sell goods.
Here when they were young, and they met found money. Go to the store, you want to buy food, the store is empty.
Oops, there he is. Oops, there he is. He is looking sussy because I am her humpin'. Ready for this hill?
No.
She's not ready for this hill.
Of course she's not.
Nobody told me this free tour had a hill.
Take the tram.
We can hike it.
I might die.
You're not gonna die.
That's a long way.
It's only an hour and a half.
She being drawn
It's
up?
straight uphill.
It's 1 hour and 8 minutes.
It's straight uphill.
I was having fun with it.
We just concluded our walking tour, and I can't stress how much I love these walking tours. They just give you history and background of the city, and I really like that.
The people are nice. You get a lot of information on good places to eat, cool places to visit you didn't on the walking tour. and it just gives you a lay of the land. Best thing to do right when you get into a city.
Yeah, so shout out to our guide today, Andre. He gave us some recommendations, gave us some great history, and I think it set a good base to explore Brasov a little bit more on our own now.
If you're interested in visiting his walking tour, it is in the description below. But now we're just gonna kind of do our own thing. We'll see about getting some lunch. He did recommend some good spots.
He did tell us where his favorite papanasi was, so. None of us are really too hungry this morning. We kind of want to save something a little bit bigger for dinner. So we are going to try to grab a little small snack and then we'll go explore some of the area again. We got one of the fry boxes that has cheese, chives, and then we got to choose 2 sauces. So we did a pepper sauce and what they called mammoth sauce, which is like supposed to be a sweet tangy. It smells really good, but I think it was a good life decision thus far. Okay, we were shown the black tower on the tour, so now we're gonna go find the white one. Crushed it. Right? Look, that's where we were in the square down there. We are currently standing back in front of the Black Church as it's currently known. The church was initially built and it was called St. Mary's Church in the finished in the 1400s. However, the church then converted to Lutheran, so the name St. Mary's was stripped of it, and then it got the title of the Black Church because there was a fire in the rest of Brasov, which ended up giving a black color to the building due to all of the smoke. The building itself did not fall or didn't burn because it was made out of limestone, but a lot of this is still original from when it was initially built. They have put in some replicas of the artistry and everything because it has gone away after many years.
What do you think of that?
Well, I think it's a little bit creepy that there's just a boy sitting on top of the church. But the legend behind it was that there was a race to build the best church between Brasov and Cebu, and the architect found this boy wandering around thinking that he was a spy for Cebu, so he ended up going and pushing him off of the building, and then put a creepy little statue at the top to remind people to not steal the plans for the architecture, or from the architect. The Black Church was nicknamed that after a fire, but prior to that it was actually a Catholic church, which was then transformed into a Lutheran church. Has some of the oldest Turkish rugs outside of Turkey, so it's actually really pretty. It's actually been built since about the 1400s as well, so pretty old and still being used today. We decided to spend the rest of the afternoon just in a small little brewery here. This one is called After Stew. But I got one of the local craft beers. I'm not going to try to say the name of it because I can't. But it was only 17 lei, so $4, $3. Pretty good. I think Aaron's gonna like this one more, but I kind of like the glass better than his.
One thing about Brasov is it's immediately noticeable how big it is. It's a lot bigger than Cebu, which can be good and bad in a lot of different ways. I personally like the smaller side of towns, but Erica, not so much.
The city of Brasov is about 250,000. So about 100,000 more people. I really like the little bit more hustle and bustle I think that Brasov offers as opposed to Cebu. So I think we'll like our time here a little bit better.
We'll see. Only time will tell.
Ready for some food?
I'm going.
So we're polishing up our first day in Brasov at Rawada Nala Kalului. I think, text here. We're gonna kind of go over a brief overview of our dinner. I got the cabbage, the minced meat wrapped in cabbage with the polenta, and it's got a slather of ham. And I've already took one bite. It's actually very good in terms of taste. It's got the traditional taste that Lexi's had back in Cebu. And Erica got another traditional meal, which was the bowls. Basically just cheese with polenta mounted on top. She looks excited. My food here is good. It's a great start.
Like Aaron said, I got the boules. The one here actually came with eggs and meat, but I just wanted a regular traditional one. So it's literally just polenta with a special type of cheese, and they bring you some sour cream as well. I had a very similar dish in Cebu that I loved, so I have pretty high expectations. I love this. I feel like I could eat this like every other day.
We got out of there real quick because the Romanian versus the Netherlands was playing tonight and things were getting heated.
It was, we couldn't even hardly hear ourselves, so decided it was time to get out.
We are closing the night. The food was good. We'll have to do a full comparison of the food and which one is our favorite out of the entirety of Romania later on. But now that we explored a little bit of the Brasov Old Town, we're going to kind of call it a night and go to Bronze Castle tomorrow.